I gotta say this, sorry. Greetings, fellows and fellettes. Today we're going to talk about nebulizers and how to put them together, and some different types you might see in the field. We'll start with the most classic. So here's all your components. You got your canister, the part that goes to the patient's mouth, the T, and the tube. T goes on top of the canister. Attach the portion that goes to the patient's mouth. And then the tubing that looks like an accordion. This just helps make the medication last a little bit longer for the patient. You're going to assemble this. Take the top off of the canister. Make sure you have the canister on a solid surface. Then you'll add your medication, which is albuterol. Add that in. Reassemble the canister. Attach the oxygen tubing to the bottom of the canister. Make sure it's on there securely. Then the other end goes to your oxygen bottle. Once again, this end goes to your patient's mouth. Another type that you might see our ALS providers carry it with them is something called the mask. It has a mask that looks like a little non-rebreather mask. Same type of canister. You just unscrew it. Set it on a solid surface. Add your medication. Reattach the top. Then the canister just goes into the bottom of the mask. Attach your tubing. The other end goes to your oxygen bottle, and then this just goes straight over your patient's face. It's a hands-free device. Another one that you might see, kind of similar to the first, canister, your T, and then the part that goes to the patient. Same setup. That inserts to the T. This goes on top of the canister. Unscrew the top. Add your medication. Reapply the top. Oxygen tubing to the bottom. This to your oxygen bottle. And then this part goes to your patient. One last setup that you might want to do on scene is if you do not have the mask type nebulizer and you want to make your own, we can make our own with a non-rebreather. All you need is a little canister and the non-rebreather mask itself. So if your patient's already on the non-rebreather, you can let them be breathing out of that while you get your medication in your canister. Then you're simply going to pop off the tabs on the side of the non-rebreather. Pop the bag off of the non-rebreather. Put the canister onto the mask. Attach your O2 tubing. Make sure it's going to your oxygen bottle. And then this goes on the patient. Hands-free, then you can get a blood pressure and whatnot.